21st, 2020 meeting of the New Caney Independent School District Board of Trustees. Current time 6:12. Let the minute show quorum is present for all members in attendance. Going straight into item 2 on the agenda is open forum. We have nobody signed up for that, so we'll move into item 3. Item 3 on the agenda is closed meeting. The board will now meet in closed meeting under authority of Texas Government Code 551.074 for the purpose of personnel matters. Government Code 551.071 for attorney consultation. Government Code 551.072 for deliberation regarding purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. Any action as a result of closed session. Discussion will take place after the board reconvenes. Current time 6:13. Now call to order the September 21st, 2020 meeting of the New Caney Independent School District Board of Trustees. Current time 7:19. Let the minute show the quorum is present with all members in attendance. Please rise for the invocation and give vote 0. Remain standing, pledge of allegiance to honor the Texas flag to be led by Ms. Sharp.
Hi, guys. Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us to this place. We're so thankful for our community and its leaders. We ask that you would continue to give us the discernment and the wisdom to make decisions that affect so many. We ask your special blessing on our first responders and our soldiers who are fighting abroad and here at home to keep us safe. We ask that you give us peace and comfort as we move forward and bring our country back to you. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Moving into item 4 on the agenda is superintendent's report.
Start out with Mr. Castleberry, student services update.
Quick student services update tonight. As of today, our total enrollment for the district is 16,134 students. Broken down, it is 9,675 that are on campus and 6,459 that are remote. That's a 60% to 40% split between the two on enrollment right now. On the COVID-19 update, starting from August 5th when our teachers came back, we've had 35 positive cases in the district. We had 28 of those 35 that recovered, and we are at 7 current positive cases in the district right now.
And 7 current students and teachers.
Teachers and students, 7 is the current number. Yes.
How many kids have we not heard from in that? Is there certain enough we not heard from at all? Just haven't resurfaced.
We have 1,225 that withdrew from the district by coach, other things such as return to home country. We had 169 that went homeschool, 883 students that left and went to another Texas public school, 1 in jail, 3 deaths, and 28 that were removed by CPS. We also have 767 that are not accounted for right now, that are 98s that we're still looking for. That window was supposed to close this Friday, but the state extended that date a little bit to go find them. And so our campuses are still looking for those students. We're hopeful that they're still in the area, but so far those are the ones we're still looking for.
We're aware of any that return to their home country or in jail. Are they still taking their classes?
No, sir, they're not. That's why they were withdrawn.
How are we accounting for the students who left to go private? I didn't see that.
Say it again.
How are we accounting for the students who left to go to private school? I caught the 893 went to other Texas public schools, which I guess would include like the K-12, or that was not homeschool category.
Private school was 12 left to the out-of-state, there's 92 kids that withdrew and went to school outside the state of Texas. Any other questions?
Would you like for us to email that information to you? Can you email that?
Those numbers?
Tonight.
Yes.
Tomorrow's.
Just email all those breakdowns. We have that accounted for.
I'll send them to you.
Thank you.
So he's not.
Extracurricular update. Slide.
I'll speak just a little bit about fine arts.
Mr. Shooter, go right
Yes.
ahead.
Our marching bands are going to be participating Friday night lights, both away and home games. Still in the pep band style, so we've reduced the numbers. I think in Caney High School's numbers are 75, Porter High School's 119, and it's just based off of the directors and the numbers of students that are there, and what they do from an instrumentation standpoint. In addition to that, our drill teams obviously will be performing as well at halftime, and our bands will be performing the music. Initially, over the summer, we had discussed the possibility of the bands not playing in order to make sure that we have enough space. But the bands, both band directors and both drill team directors are excited about the possibility of them being able to play. So, any other specific questions that you guys may have?
Yes.
Yes.
So define with me, let me understand what the difference between a competition year is and a non-competition year.
Sure. So we are 5A, both our bands are 5As. And so on an alternating year, 5A goes to state. And then on the other year, they do not. There's no state marching contest. Yeah.
Okay, so what if my kid falls in an odd non-marching year? Do they not get the same? It seems to me that all right, we're going to be fired up next year, but this year it's just, oh, we're not going anywhere. I've heard that more from my band parents. They're just like, well, they really don't care about us this year because it's a non-marching year. How do we address the parent that has a kid that's in the odd year? Because that child may be a 10th grader in an odd year, and then a 12th grader is in the odd year. Does he lose those years, or how do we approach that?
So, are you talking about just on a normal year, or are you talking specifically?
All I've heard this year is it's a non-band year, it doesn't matter. And that bothers me because what if my band kid's a 12th grader and it's a and I've heard this from multiple of my band parents. They're like, well, it's a why does that matter to me? Why would we not put the same effort into that kid, regardless if we're marching?
So let
Do we
me,
do that? Maybe I just don't understand.
yeah,
I'm not
let
really
me clarify just a little bit.
Yeah,
So
please.
we have a marching year every single year, okay? And then on those odd years, we advance to the state level. Okay, we have the opportunity to advance to the state level. On those other years, we don't have the opportunity, so we still participate every single year in UIL marching.
We don't change what we do with our kids, it's just when we get to travel.
It's it's how far we get a chance to it.
I heard it there, I was like, I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
I'll say goodnight.
Sure thing, absolutely. Yeah, but I can clarify
That's
that.
not decided by us either.
Correct, it's UIL.
Is there not a marching contest this year?
So our region has made the choice, just in general, all of the schools within our region made the choice to not have a region marching contest. However, I am meeting with both band directors tomorrow to have a conversation about what it looks like if we apply to march in a different region, in a region that's already having that contest. So that's a conversation that we're going to have, look at the logistics, and then move forward from there.
I appreciate it, because I didn't understand the difference, so I was trying to understand.
Absolutely glad.
Thank you, I'm glad you can answer that.
Anything else? All right, thank you.
All right, as Mr. Shooter said, we are rapidly ramping up. All of our athletic programs are either in practice or finishing up all season and getting ready for practice. And so, again, as you've heard me say many, many times, it's been an interesting and challenging 6 months, but we're excited to move forward with that. So, I just want to address a couple things we talked about, so make sure you clearly understand kind of what we're doing. The biggest change we're doing this year is our ticketing. We've gone to a completely online ticketing system from a 7th grade volleyball game to a varsity football game and everything in between. So, and it runs the whole gamut. It goes either fully online, or if I don't want to do that and I just want to come up and I want to buy buy a paper ticket just like I've bought since 1986, then I can do that. And so it goes both ways. And so we have the option to be completely online or completely paper ticket. So the other thing that that does for us, it helps us control our capacities. Obviously, we have to adhere to governor's orders and UIL order directives regarding facility capacities. This online system marks those capacities for us. So we're able to adhere to those to make sure that we don't let too many in and have a good idea of where we are as far as that goes. The third thing that that does is for our parents. So if we start, let's say we have a volleyball game on Tuesday and Friday. Volleyball game on Tuesday, we send a link to our parents 48 hours in advance. It allows them, because of our limited capacity, it allows the parents to have an opportunity to buy tickets for their child's contest. So again, whether it's a 7th grade game, a JV game, or a varsity game, that is built into the system. We send those links to the head coach forwards it to their parents. For a varsity football game, obviously it's going to be the football team, it'll be the band, the drill team, the cheerleaders, and ROTC. Those parents get that link 48 hours in advance before the tickets go on sale to the general public, so that they have an opportunity, well, the parents have an opportunity to come see their kids.
What's your capacity?
It varies.
What percentage are we at?
75%.
75.
We're anticipating 75 right now, even though the governor said 75 last week, we haven't got that official word from the UIL.
So UIL?
Not yet, but they're notorious for being a day late and a dollar short. So we anticipate that might come, but right now, all I can go on is the guidelines they set for September 1st. Yes, ma'am. Any questions? If you don't have any questions about that, we've test run it on 3 volleyball games so far, and have had a couple of internal logistical learning curves, but not. It's worked very good. It got very good feedback from everyone that's been there. Any other questions?
Thank you, sir. Facility usage update, Mr. Calvin.
Yes, sir. I want to talk to y'all about allowing these outside groups to start using our facilities again. Maybe talking about churches, some little league teams, all that kind of stuff, swim breaks on the natatorium. We're going to start allowing that again on October 1st. That will be at a 75% capacity, again, like Mr. Sykes said. That's the governor's latest order. So tomorrow, Mr. Moicano is going to start reaching back out to those people and say, hey, we're opening back up for you. Yes, sir. Quick question.
75%, 50%.
75% of the governor's order. Not under UIL.
Yeah, this is the,
Thank you.
so,
Let's start with UIL.
With those groups, Mr. Loicano is going to relay to them the expectation that, we do have our safety protocols in place, and we want to take care of our facilities, our people first and foremost. So, that applies to face masks, social distancing. We'll let them use our pre-screening methods, all that kind of stuff prior to coming to the facility. One other thing that we were starting to revisit pre-COVID was our fee schedule. We've looked today, and that had not been updated since 2007. And so we revisited that. The goal in that schedule is not to make money off these groups. It is simply to cover the district's costs. And so Mr. Batchelder, Mr. Loicano, Mr. Syke, we all met today, looked at those rates, and Mr. Loicano, we were laying that to those groups when he talks to them. So that will go out. Again, David Loicano, he's the contact for these groups for everything. It's the exception of this complex. Mr. Syke is the contact for the community room, the natatorium, for things going on over here. So he'll be making those phone calls tomorrow to let the groups know, hey, it's time to come back. That, of course, is again, unless something changes between now and the 1st, which it could, but the plan is right now for people to start coming back and using our facilities.
So, can I just mention one thing we were looking at too, is additional cleaning fees associated with those rentals, especially during this COVID time. Maybe a additional fee more working into the price.
Right, we've looked at different ways to address that, trying to make the billing as simple as possible. Again, updating that fee structure for the first time in a while, gives us some flexibility to do that, so there may be additional fee for that just again, it covers our cost of updated machines, chemicals, and all that kind of
questions from board members? Anybody have? Mr. Trump?
The construction committee, we discussed the technology building.
Run your mic, sir.
The construction committee discussed the technology building going out for bids. KC Mez is on schedule, widening of Gene Campbell, and acquisition of the utility easements. High school number 3, that is complete. Appears to be being drilled, and the district is working through issues associated with the northeast corner of the property and the associated fixes for that specific site issue. We had a real estate update with Mr. Calvert, and then we discussed the 3 options for the administration building, and they brought them to us for 100,000 square foot, 132,000 square foot options. And then we discussed Port Elementary replacement campus. Next meeting is December.
Heard that we talked about replacing water. Let everybody know we appreciate everybody that came out to the fair. The fair was an extremely successful venture this year with the everything that's been going on. Really concerned about the prices for the kids on what we were able to get for those animals, but it was better than last year. So it was really, really strong, and the community came out to support the kids. So appreciate everybody that was out there for that. So up next, item 6 on the agenda is consideration consent calendar, consideration of minutes, consideration of financial report, consideration of purchasing report, consideration of personnel report, consideration of UIL exemption courses, and consideration of the remote construction plan based to be submitted to the Texas Education Agency. Are there any other questions or further discussion? Is there a motion to approve the items on the consent calendar? Motion has been moved and seconded. There being no further discussion of what we've taken, all those in favor say aye. Aye. The opposed is no. The motion is approved. Up next, item 7 on the agenda is consideration to adopt and set by order resolution the 2020 ad valorem tax rate for maintenance and operation 0.97610 per 100, and for debt service 0.5000 .100, presented by Ms. Brandon.
Your last meeting, we held a public hearing to present the tax rate to the public. And during that public hearing, we presented a maintenance and operation tax rate of 0.9761 and an interest and sinking tax rate of 50 cents for a total tax rate of $1.4761. We're asking the board tonight to approve those tax rates. When you do approve it, you're going to read something, and I just kind of want to explain what's being read because it's kind of misleading. It says that you're going to move to adopt a property tax rate that is increased by the adoption of a tax rate of $1.4761. It's actually a decrease, but when they do this, the tax office looks at what your tax rate could have been if you had no new money. It's called no new revenue. And so basically they say we're increasing by adopting a tax rate, but we're actually adopting a tax rate that's 9 cents lower than last year's tax rate. So we're asking you to approve the tax rates that are presented.
Any other questions or further discussion? Is there a motion to adopt and set the order of resolution for the 2020 ad valorem tax rate for maintenance and operation at 0.976 per 100 and the debt service at 50 cents per 100?
I move that the property tax rate be increased by the adoption of a tax rate of 1.4761 for $100, which is effectively a 5.89% increase in the tax rate.
Do we have a second? The motion be moved in and seconded. There being no further discussion, a vote will be taken. All those in favor say aye. The opposed is no. The motion is approved. Thank you. Item 8 on the agenda is consideration and approval for the the interlocal agreement in the amount of $550,000 to provide funding for the widening of Gene Camp Boulevard in front of Kiefer Crossing Middle School, providing a left turn lane for the safety of the parents, buses, and visitors. On 2018 Kiefer Crossing MS project number 045-2018. Mr. Calvin.
Yes, sir. This is a project that we've been working on with the county. Actually, they were in the process of widening Gene Campbell on the side closest to the distribution center at the industrial park down there. We're required to update the road in front of our building as well. So what that was going to leave is this nice big section of paved stuff, the old asphalt that you have right now, the new section, the old asphalt. So we worked with them to do some cost sharing. We could get a nice new road out of there, which is going to make our entrance and exit a lot more safe for everybody as well as the general traffic on that road. And that's what we're asking for approval of.
Are there any other questions or further discussion? Is there a motion to approve the interlocal agreement in the amount of $550,000 to provide funding for the widening of Gene Camp Boulevard in front of Kiefer Crossing Middle School, providing a left turn lane for the safety of parents, buses, and visitors, 2018 bond, Kiefer Crossing Middle School project 045-2018. The motion has been moved and seconded. There being no further discussion, a vote will be taken. All those in favor say aye. Motion is approved. Item 9 on the agenda is to consider resolution authorizing the use of eminent domain to acquire the approximate .008 acre utility easement and a 0.0043 acre temporary construction easement, more or less, located along the northeast line of FM 1485 at Mexican John Road, New Caney, Texas, Montgomery County, to facilitate the expansion of utility facilities to operate Kiefer Crossing Middle School on Gene Campbell Boulevard.
Yes, sir. This small piece of property we've done our title research on, and it belongs to a company that's not in existence anymore. There's not any family members to reach out and contact, and so the only method of acquiring that property to get water and sewer turned to Kiefer campus is through the eminent domain process.
Any other questions? Further discussion? Is there a motion to approve the resolution authorizing the use of eminent domain to acquire the approximate 0.0008 acres utility easement and 0.0043 acres temporary construction easement, more or less, located along the northeast line of FM 1485 at Mexican John Road, New Caney, Montgomery County, to facilitate the expansion of utility facilities to operate Kiefer Crossing Middle School on Gene Campbell Boulevard.
Move that the New Caney Independent School District adopt the resolution authorizing the use of its power and eminent domain to acquire an approximately .00008 acre utility easement and a 0.0043 acre temporary construction easement, more or less, located along the northeast line of 1485 at Mexican John Road, New Caney, Montgomery County, to facilitate the extension of utility facilities to operate the Kiefer Crossing Middle School on Gene Campbell Boulevard.
Motion has been moved and seconded. There being no further discussion, a vote will be taken. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed is no. The motion is approved. Item 10 on the agenda is the consideration of approval of resolution authorizing the use of eminent domain to acquire 1 acre tract of land commonly known as 22842 Antique Lane, New Caney, Texas 77357 for public schools uses. Presented by Mr. Calvin.
Yes, sir. This is a tract of land that's adjacent to our transportation facility. We've discussed this prior. This is the 4th acre over there that we are using to expand the transportation facility. We have previously acquired the acre in front of it between Antique Lane and the transportation facility. This is the 1 acre tract behind that. Again, I've been reaching out to the company to try to resolve something with no success, and so this is the only way that we have left to go in order to acquire this property and continue that expansion.
questions or further discussion? Is there a motion to approve resolution authorizing the use of eminent domain to acquire the 1 acre tract of land commonly known as 2282 Antique Lane, Caney, Texas 77357 for public school uses?
Move that the Caney ISD School District, the Caney Independent School District adopt a resolution authorizing the use of its power of eminent domain to acquire the fee simple title to a 1 acre tract of land commonly known as 22842 Antique Lane, Caney, Texas 77357 for the public school usage.
Motion has been moved and seconded. There being no further discussion, the vote will be taken. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, is no. The motion is approved. Item 11 on the agenda is consideration of approval of application for the school closure waiver, August 27, 2020, August 28, 2020, due to Hurricane Laura, presented by Mr. Castleberry.
Yes, sir, we would like you to approve the application for school closure waiver for August 27th and 28th, 2020, due to the 2 days lost of Hurricane Laura.
Any other questions or further discussion? Is there a motion to approve the application for the school closure waiver for August 27, 2020, August 28, 2020, due to Hurricane Laura? Motion has been moved and seconded. There being no further discussion, a vote will be taken. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The motion is approved. Item 12 on the agenda is to consider and discuss resolution for paying employees during closure dates related to Hurricane Laura, delegate the authority to the administration to determine potential additional preliminary compensation additional compensation by Mr. Freeman.
Yes, we follow the resolution that you have. We've asked that Board Freeman pay all employees full compensation for the days of risk during the threat of Hurricane Laura.
Any other questions or further discussion? Is there a motion to approve the resolution for paying employees during closure days related to Hurricane Laura, delegate the authority to the administration to determine potential additional compensation?
Thank you, Beth.
Motion has been moved and seconded. There being no further discussion, the vote will be taken. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion is approved. Item 13 on the agenda is consideration of approval to cancel 2020 New Caney ISD Board of Trustees election. Mr. Powers.
Board, the candidates in both trustee positions on the ballot this year are running unopposed. So before you as a board are cancellation, and upon approval, we can submit that to Harris County and Montgomery County and officially cancel the election.
Any other questions? Are there any other questions or further discussion? Need to speak to you? No. Get you the mic. Is there any other questions or further discussion? Is there a motion to approve canceling the 2020 New Caney ISD Board of Trustees election? We'll have a motion was moved by Mr. Mixon and seconded by Ms. Harold. There being no further discussion, the vote will be taken. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed is no. Very motivated there. The motion is approved. There being no further discussion, no further business, the meeting is adjourned at 7:48.